Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is One Piece episodes 41 and 42. What happened last time?
Last time we had the fight with Sanji and also with Usopp, and it was a great episode.
And we'll see what happens this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Check out our main channel to see other reactions to other things other than One Piece. If you want to see more One Piece and you just can't wait to see them here on YouTube, make sure to check out our Patreon. That's linked in the description. Patreon.com/BOLDcast. 2 weeks ahead, unedited reactions, uncut timer reactions. 1 week ahead on edited reactions, a week before they come out on YouTube. And we hope you enjoy most of all. Check out other things on the channel if you want to. Really helps us out. Leaving a like and commenting. Let's check out what happens in this episode of One Piece. Let's go. All right, Nami. Oh, a big recap. All right. Whole episode recapped. Gotta be something more than human. Like a rubber human.
That's not free will.
Don't even. I really hope she doesn't fall for the bait. He's not just saying friend, by the way, he's saying Nakama, like how Luffy says it, like comrade, and more than that.
Getting artsy with the whole spider
Visual
thing,
metaphor.
Yeah.
She finally broke free of his manipulation. Hell yeah! Die with me! That's, why did you say so? Right on cue.
Oh, is that all? He put his shoes back on and then he had to take them off again.
Zora's just gonna hold him off just for a second. He's constantly was looking at his pinwheel.
He wants one on his hat.
Luffy's a real hat appreciator. Like in the OP, when he shoots the egg. You revealed your position for an egg.
I just want Nami to like hit him with her stick like one time.
Oh,
Don't be
careful.
getting too calm.
Don't say that to him. With my arrival, like he's Luffy. So his power works, it's just not his strength. Oh my god.
Just stay down.
Perfect timing.
Why do you keep using a rubber band when you literally have a slingshot?
Oh. But he's a sawfish. I never thought of it just like how I never thought about Usopp's long nose. It's because he's a liar. It's because he's a scoundrel. He has a long nose as well because of that. Similar idea. He's hiding from Usopp's attack. Usopp, it's your perfect enemy.
Yeah, it's literally.
You just keep lying and he'll keep falling. He's the most gullible person. You're the biggest liar ever.
Just start telling him random stories, he'll listen.
Yeah, he'll just listen to the story. Tell him entertaining stories. Pretend you're talking to Kaya. He'll listen. He'll hang on your every word.
Come on now, we don't need this guy
is
getting
not
back
good.
in on the fight.
Oh! Okay. Get him in like the neck. That was a lot of blood. Oh my
Hachi just
God.
catches up to him right now.
Of course he will. Sanji, if you get distracted by Nojiko.
You can take him. Let
He's
Sanji
like, yes,
there
get
up.
out of the way. She's like, no, I... Leaves to get out of the way of the attack. Oh, she's gonna block him? You're gonna punch a woman?
Don't get distracted.
Is this gonna give Sanji the crazy power up because of his chivalry? He's gonna go absolutely insane. Oh my god. Where did he hit him? He's noticing Mihawk's attack. Nami left before Mihawk got there, and he noticed he'd probably has encountered Mihawk before.
Shit, look at all that.
Oh no, it's just that gruesome of a fucking wound.
Wow.
You know the wound. You know it's really violent when the when the show has to go all negative like that. He did the same thing for when Kakashi was in the Tsukuyomi. Arlong's all freaked out by his resolve. I need to take care of him before he gets healthy, or else I'm kind of fucked, probably. Some wisdom.
Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, is Arlong gonna go in and try and save this guy now?
Maybe. Probably not.
Or is it just gonna make him mad and then he's
I
gonna
mean, he can breathe underwater, so he'll just be kind of fucked, but be just as fine out of water as he is in. Easy. He's gonna slingshot into the sky. What?
Why would you do that?
Is he gonna headbutt him? What the fuck? Oh my god!
Yeah, you can see why he's not very smart with all the headbutting he's been doing.
Gum pistol!
Sanji's gonna come back up and then have to go and save Zoro from drowning.
Holy shit. And he's just flexing. He looks like so victorious. Arlong's gonna be up like, God damn it, you destroyed my wall.
I love how the people's reactions were like less shocked than for other things, just because it's so like, it's more like that kind of thing. It's just so crazy.
Also, I love the brazenness of fucking Luffy headbutting the guy with a spear on his face. Like, just right into that. He narrowly misses like a terrible, terrible injury.
Like how he's stretching. It's like you're made of rubber. You don't need to. What are you stretching for?
Flexible.
You need like waterproof matches.
You need a lighter.
And we're gonna like go over and like check if he's okay.
If he's survived this long with that injury, I think he'll
But
be
they do
fine.
have a doctor.
That's true.
It couldn't hurt.
Oh my god.
Not even a problem. I mean, Luffy got bit earlier and was completely fine, so. Oh, he gets all scary looking like that. I also love how he's like, yeah, I'm better than normal humans because I'm a fishman. And it's like, you're talking to a guy that has literal superpowers right now.
Yeah, but he can't swim.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think there's a drawback to being a fishman. What's the drawback to
No.
being a fishman? That's kind of the cheat code
Yeah.
of it. I mean, you're kind of rough looking. That's kind of it. Is that racist? I don't know. The real difference between humans and fishmen. You have anything to say about that one?
The real difference between them is that I have class and you don't. the parent.
I have class and you don't.
That was just immediately what I thought.
Wait, did
of.
Mare say that or did they say that?
No, that's what Annie says to
Annie,
Hallie
yeah.
because she's all British.
Class and you
And then
don't.
Hallie says it back to her when she's like trying to prove that they can switch places. I don't really have too much to say about this episode.
Luffy comes back and just starts flying at Arlong instantly.
Destroying his house even more. Amazing. When he's like, let's switch places with Zoro. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? This guy he's like on death's door. Even Arlong is like, oh my god. And Luffy's just like,
idiot.
I'm gonna fling you into the ocean.
Yeah. I think we should just move on. Let's move on
Yeah.
right now. Leave a like and subscribe as we move on to the next episode. Let's go.
That shot is so funny.
It's not just the shot, it's their voices. Like, they're so scared. Whoa, that's a pretty cool shot. Here's his whole rant, his whole fish supremacy rant. I mean, yeah, we've seen that Arlong's bite can pierce Luffy's rubber skin, so, and a lot of things can't.
If he just punches a rock just because he's a little bit mad.
What? Luffy with swords? I don't think so. He's probably gonna hurt himself. Ora! Luffy has no idea how to use swords.
If he just swallowed all those bits of sword and like cut himself up on the inside. Oh.
Oh shit! I bet that really fucking hurt. I mean, sharks can regrow their teeth though.
Yeah, but not instantly.
Maybe he could do it instantly. He's an anime character. What if he just does? He's like. I need my friends. My nakama. That's the difference between me and you, Arlong. I just broke all your teeth. Call me incompetent again. You don't want to see what I break next. I'm gonna snap that nose right off your friggin' stupid face. Yep, told you. Stronger than the previous ones. They're not bones like that.
What?
Is he just gonna? He's just gonna keep it. I love how they come out like one, like dentures.
Yeah.
There was a period of my life where I spent years pulling out my teeth. I've never been in so much agony, but my teeth are stronger than ever. Oh, is he gonna use them like fucking knuckles? Oh.
It just says.
Did you rip out your jaw too, Arlong? How are they doing that? Like, he's like, what, my vest? Is anything happening? Is he even hitting him? Like, oh my god, you're killing him! It's not a single thing has landed. Did he substitution jutsu?
Notice?
Substitution jutsu?
Oh my god!
You made him hurt his nakama. That's not gonna fly. Could you imagine? Luffy's like, what are you talking about? You hit me. Could you imagine if somebody did that to him? Of like threw Sanji in front of him like that? Or Nami?
Yeah.
And he accidentally like destroyed them? He would be so pissed.
I'll do this again, just sticks both of his feet into the ground. I like how his teeth are just flying out at every opportunity now. Is a sawfish a shark?
I
think so, but maybe.
They are rays.
Oh! That's disgusting.
That's fucking disgusting, Luffy. That's disgusting, man. Careful you don't swallow one.
And also, like, just because his teeth are strong doesn't mean that your teeth are strong. Like, when you bite down on
He's gonna bite down on these steel
and then he just
teeth.
has to keep them in, like, dentures forever because the
You
other
better get
teeth
used
are
to
gone.
it, big man.
Good, call him out.
He said
I'm
with
not
the teeth
playing
in his
around
mouth.
looking like kids, like when they put the vampire fangs
Yeah,
in.
exactly. That'd be funny if there was a Halloween episode when one of them pulled out these teeth and dressed up like Arlong. That'd be funny. Do you still have the teeth in his hands?
Yeah.
Ow. Pull it together. He does the laugh thing.
Oh, so I just need to break your jaw instead of breaking your teeth.
To be continued. It's only halfway through.
I love how they're like, Luffy, stop fucking around, dude.
Can you get serious for 1 second? He's gonna be like, just kidding. Oh no. Ah. Does the fight end in a tie? Is that it?
Usopp, shoot a rotten egg into his mouth.
Shit.
In the water? Oh. Since when did he have that fin?
He always had it. It's sticking out of his hair.
Oh.
He always
I guess
had
I
it.
just somehow didn't really pay attention to it. Yeah, what about that, like, throwing water at someone and it completely destroying them?
He's gonna shoot out right at him.
Yeah, then all you have to do is dodge and he'll just fly into the
His
building.
castle. Yeah, Luffy, he's running away. What a smart deduction you just made, you fucking idiot. Yes, he's running away from his castle after he's beating you in a fight. Oh, he is gonna spit them. Or he's gonna... Oh! He just kind of like swooshed at him a little bit.
He literally just flew right into his own thing.
I don't think he launched himself. I think he launched water and turned back around. I could be wrong. I thought I saw him turn.
I thought that he just flew out of the... Because he said, nothing could stop me once I build up speed.
He said shark darts, so I figured that to mean... Okay, no, he did shoot himself out. So why the plural Arlong? Or translators, I suppose?
Because he's just going to go in and do it again.
What?
What do you mean the longer you dodge it, the more your hell continues? It's like, if you just keep dodging it, then, like, you're kind of fine.
I guess he's saying, like, I'll wear you out. I'll just keep diving at you at full speed until you get tired.
I'm sorry. This is just so... Just him doing that.
Like...
And then just fully launching himself is just so funny.
Here's the thing. This feels... You know what this feels like? This feels like... in Attack on Titan? When they're like, oh, these trees are perfect for our ODM gear ability. And then when they're out in the field, they're like, we can't really engage out here. There's nothing out here. There's like one house and one tree in this giant field and we can't do anything. This feels like that. This feels like this is the perfect ability for a different scenario. For like a coral reef or like a forest type thing. But like, it's just a big open area with a building. Oh god, you're gonna try and break his nose? What if he just regrows his nose? Oh, he didn't do the shark laugh. He's slipping. That's not a shield.
That's your fingers.
He's gonna catch it like in between his fingers. He's gonna go like this and then turn, I bet. Did it work? It looked like...
It looked not really.
It looked like it didn't work. But there was no big explosion of blood this time.
Got
it. You see them fling and spin off.
Don't fall in the water.
Ugh, some of that was really gross. Again, Luffy just assuming that he... You really overestimate yourself. You think that you're gonna kill somebody anytime you hit them directly. Snapped?
He said it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same eyes as one of those things.
How many of those things are there? He said a sea king. Yo, Saku and Johnny, you need to remember to blink. I feel like you're gonna get dry eye by the end of this fight. Oh, the sword!
Oh.
Yeah! Shark saw. Kiribachi.
Now he's on a rampage. Now he's gonna. This whole place is coming down now.
This is very different than the live action. Remember in the live action when Luffy was like, I'll just destroy everything you've built. And then he's like, no! And in this, he's just like, you piece of shit, just slashing and destroying everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I don't even think that we need to put our reaction. I think we can just cut them out.
Yeah.
And put them.
That would be funny for the thumbnail, just like on each side. It's just one of them.
Now he's gonna get all fired up from seeing Nami's room. Wow, look at all those stacks.
What'd you think of that one? That was crazy.
That was crazy. I hope people don't take it the wrong way that I was just laughing so much during it because I loved it.
It was action-packed.
So funny to like. It's just the way that it was done. It was crazy, but it was in such a funny way.
It was fun. It was just a lot of fun the whole time. That's why we're laughing. Like a lot of people get on us for like laughing at really crazy or action-packed or serious stuff sometimes. Not that this was like overly serious. But it was just fun. We were just having fun the whole time. It was just fun. It was awesome. It's Sanji, I don't know if it's a translation thing. He's like, they looked the same as the eyes that sea kings show when they snap. Did we know it was a sea king? Like one of the sea, like like as if it was a type of sea beast.
Yeah.
Did we know that before?
No, and I wonder if that's a translation of like, or if it's supposed to be like, oh, this is a specific like breed of sea beast that is called a sea king, or if it's like just another translation of sea beast, like.
Yeah, we need some clarity on that because it's because it seems like Sanji is saying that it is like a breed of thing.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, there's like all these big cats, and it's like, oh, this is the look that's in a lion's eyes when it snaps.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was crazy. I love that, and the teeth thing was so ridiculous.
That was funny as hell. He's like, every time they grow back stronger, it's like, really? All right. Well, I'm happy for you.
And then they just started like, they're literally dentures. They're not even dentures. They're not even dentures. They're like those like that like toy like
chattering
teeth thing. Yeah, they're like that. Like they're connected at the back. Which
I love how
so
Yosaku
good.
and Johnny were like, stop screwing around. Our lives are hanging in the balance here.
Luffy like puts this guy's teeth in his mouth, and then it's like
ah!
they're like, stop messing around. And then Luffy's like, I'm not messing around. And it's like, look at you.
Oh my god. It was badass when he suplexed him biting onto. That was actually a good move. But they're really going after it. And also it's so funny when they like are in this crazy fight. They're like trading blows and throwing each other around, and he's doing the dart move where he just goes back and forth. And then he's in the room, and it's just instantly all the tension's gone with Luffy. Arlong is still gooning on this fight right now, like literally.
Like,
and he's like,
what's this room?
He's like, huh? What's this room? Like he's just like so matter of fact, just out of the
so
tension.
funny.
But Arlong is still like, and then that's when Luffy gets serious again. He's like, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I love it.
So fun. It was just non-stop action. I'll say that. Oh, actually, this is actually a good thing. We talked in the last fight, in the last few fights, how it's like, okay, Oda's sitting there like, all right, what can I do to extend this fight? And his usual answer is like, adding another guy or adding another weird thing.
Or just adding so many reactions from both sides. In this,
that seemed like it was maybe an anime
well,
thing.
it's what I like about it is that we're still getting the reactions, but they're really snappy.
Yeah,
and we're getting them just from like the townspeople and like our guys. We're not like every single fishman. We're not like seeing them like passed out or like, whoa, oh, Don Krieg's next big attack. It's like, shut up.
It's like this. Maybe, I don't know if this is artificially extended like the other ones were, because the other ones were clearly artificially extended, whether it was by Oda, like, adding another thing in just to make the fight longer, or the big battle longer or something, but something about Luffy versus Arlong, it feels natural. It feels like it's progressing. There are things that are added, like with the teeth or with his dart thing, that are in equal parts interesting. Like, not necessarily like, oh, that's so badass, but like interesting and like I want to pay attention, and whether it's funny or whatever, like some combination of that. It doesn't it feels like it's going on longer than I expected, but not longer than I want. I'm still really, I want to see like the next thing that he pulls out, and you know what I mean?
That's the difference between like this and the previous fights. In the previous fights, it was like, all right, it was like okay, this. Not that I hate it, but it's just like this could have been shorter and I would have enjoyed it more, and like the dragging it out didn't make it better. It didn't make it better.
Yeah.
It didn't like completely ruin it, but it was just like a less optimal version of what was going on. But in this, I feel like
I don't feel like it's being dragged. The pacing
of this entire arc has been so good so far.
Especially from the walk.
Yeah, it's like I was not dreading, but like I was like, especially with Nami's backstory and everything was just feeling like so snappy, and they're all like, yeah, let's go there right now, and it's like, wow, this is moving so well. And I like, after we finished that episode, I was just like, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be kind of a letdown if we just like grind to a halt after like the arc like starts and like builds and builds and builds, and then it's like, oh, is it just gonna like kind of like lose steam, and then I'm gonna be less engaged? But it's like every episode has just been like getting more and more hype. Like the fights with the other fishmen did what they were supposed to do and actually hyped up Arlong
Yes.
and hyped up this fight. So they actually like facilitated in doing a job of power scaling instead of just like another like, oh, I had a cool idea for this other fish dude that I'm gonna like draw and is gonna fight the side guys. Like instead it's like we get more of Zoro's like we get like that character reaffirmation, especially for Zoro and Usopp, because since then we've got Sanji and
kind of gone away
and paid
from
attention
them.
to Nami a little bit more, so we kind of like went back to them, and like the fishmen were like, they didn't overstay their welcome as well. Like, and also I love that how we had Hachi coming back.
Yeah.
And then he didn't come back because it was like, it's like with whatever Invincible Pearl or whatever the fuck his name was, where he just kept coming back, and it was like, this guy isn't
this
interesting
big,
enough
fat
to
idiot
keep
is
coming
just
back,
lighting stuff on fire. It's like, it was clear with Pearl. It's like, okay, like what Oda wants to happen, and the reason why Pearl is getting introduced is, one, to extend the battle, two, to light everything on fire and create some tension with like the set piece of this battle and everything being on fire and like being destroyed even more.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Pearl got introduced. In this, it's like everything that gets introduced, I'm not like, it's just not dumb. It's just not like, it's still goofy. It's like, I feel like I just don't want to be misunderstood by everybody when we say like, oh, this was dumb, or this was boring, or this was, it's like, it's just, like, when I say this is just like silly or whatever, I don't know how to properly say it. It's just, I don't want people to think like, oh, this is not like edgy and cool, because I feel like that's what a lot of viewers would maybe think. It's like, they introduced this thing and then it just kind of got boring because it's not like edgy with like Zoro doing something cool, or Luffy like getting serious and saying like, oh, my friends or whatever, or Sanji like doing a cool kick or whatever, like, or I don't know, like, that's not what we don't want. More of that to make it better. It's just like whatever they're doing here, it's hard to put a finger on, because they're just like doing a lot of things.
It's like the comedy and the action are like working together.
Yeah, and it's actually like, funny.
Yeah, it's
like when it's
really
funny, it's actually funny. Or when it's not like, oh my god, uproariously funny, it's still like fun and interesting and silly in a way that's not just like, okay, how can we add, another 5 pages to this encounter? How can we add another 5 minutes of time to fill with this thing? It's like they're adding another thing to interact with, and then it feels just like everything's moving a lot smoother.
It feels
and I don't
really natural as well.
Yeah, it does feel natural. Like the way that Luffy and Arlong are like moving about this area doesn't feel like, like I feel like with Don Krieg especially and you could tell with a lot of like poorly animated and poorly planned out in terms of animation fights. Like in the manga, I'm sure Don Krieg wasn't nearly as annoying as it was in the anime, but when Luffy is like running up a mast to Don Krieg twice the same animation reused, or you cut back to the same guys like floating in the same couple frames, or whatever, the same like reaction shots or cutting to the same things, it's like clearly that's to fill time, clearly that's just to draw things out. And things are constantly happening in this, and it's not, they don't need to be super consequential or super crazy every single time. Like that's the thing with Don Krieg, it felt, and with a lot of the previous fights, it felt like everything it felt like Oda was trying to like, okay, I'm gonna have like this big thing, and like this is gonna be like the big attack, and like with the giant cannonballs with Buggy, or with Zoro's big moves with the 3 swords, or with the Cat brothers, or
Kuro's
like shifting or whatever. It's like it feels like Oda is like constantly trying to like he's throwing stuff at the wall and trying to see what sticks, and it feels like everything's like almost there, almost sticking, or like almost really good and almost really hitting. But to me, it wasn't quite there until this arc, until this point where it's like, all right, we're having fun, but like, whatever. I feel like everything's kind of lining up this arc in a really good way.
What I also really like about, because like we kept joking about like how they kept being like, Arlong, you're gonna go on a rampage and you're gonna destroy this whole place, and we were like anticipating something like
Kuro.
Don Krieg or
like
Kuro, like this like one-off attack that is just kind of like a poorly thought out attack potentially, or just like not as effective as like they're hyping it up to be.
Yeah.
But what I like about Arlong is he's not just doing one, like he's doing multiple attacks, but he's destroying the place just because of how like tunnel vision he is in the fight. Like how you said, like when they go into the room and Luffy's like, huh, what's this place? And he's just like, it's like that, like he's destroying it not because he has one specific attack that just happens to destroy the vicinity. It's because he's so powerful that any attack that he's doing, like it's so powerful that he like keeps destroying things. And like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, with I feel like with Don Krieg specifically is when Don Krieg I feel like marks the start of like the long journey. Buggy I feel like was very much more of a gag guy. It was still before. It feels like Oda was still like, okay, what's the temperature of my encounters going to be? Is it going to be leaning more towards gags or more of a balance between gags and like hardcore action, or like where's that balance going to be? Buggy was like far more in the extreme of like a silly thing with the guy in the unicycle and like Beast Tamer or whatever. And then you get the Black Cats and it's like the Black Cats were interesting, but there wasn't really a place amongst like the greater world. Yeah. And then Don Krieg felt and Mihawk felt like, okay, let's establish like amongst the grand line and like the whole world like where this guy sits, and they establish like Don Krieg is a old, like he's a old timer kind of guy, and Zeph as well. It's like these are kind of has-been type dudes who have lived their life as pirates. Don Krieg was like the commander of a crazy armada of a bunch of different pirate ships, but still was small time taken out by Mihawk, who Zoro looked up to. It's like they're establishing Don Krieg as like, you know, what could be or what we might encounter, but like a much lower version of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and then his ship is way bigger, but it's like all destroyed and it's kind of ratty. And his crew is like big and large and swollen, but they're all kind of weak and like starving. So, you know, it's like, this is the kind of scale to expect, but like a way nerfed and destroyed and like kind of ratty version of that. And that is establishing, like giving us a taste of like a larger context. And then we get to Arlong too, and he's kind of similar as well, where he's clearly like a big, powerful pirate guy, but it's kind of small time in this one part of the ocean.
Yeah, he's like, you know? He's like it's like there's the entire world, there's like all the seas, and then there's a grand line, and then it's like he is like the biggest fish in this like side pond of the world. And Don Krieg was kind of like that too, but this is a little bit different. Also, the thing with Buggy is like Buggy had a devil fruit power, which I think like early on in the story, it's like, oh, maybe every person is gonna have a devil fruit power, and then it's like, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna like make this Don Krieg guy who's like the evil Batman of like having all these inventions and these guns and this and that, and oh, we're gonna have fishmen so that we can have like. There's other things than just devil fruit powers. There's like different like types of people and like creatures and stuff. Yeah, you can see Oda really like sort of. And it also in this, we didn't like Zoro took out like a bunch of the crew before, like we didn't even see that fight. And then also when they came back, they like took out the rest of the crew. So we didn't have that thing where we had in the previous fights of like all of the crew like rallying together and coming back like 20 different times and just getting beat predictably every single time. Yeah. So I don't know, just everything about this arc is really like really working, and I really like it. Big time. It feels like Oda's really like in this arc, it feels like he really found his footing about like what he wants the tone and the sort of balance, you know, to be. It feels very much more balanced and very much more like he found his groove here. And it was the culmination of like him kind of testing things out with the last few big villains and arcs. It's almost like in like just because we were talking about JoJo earlier, it's like you have like the start of JoJo and it's like one thing, and then it kind of like takes a turn and like goes a little bit different, but it's like really rough. And then in like part 4 where it just like really hits its stride and it's like, yeah, this is what it's kind of gonna be now. Yeah, it feels great. It feels good. Good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next one. I'm Carson. I'm Lindsay. Bye-bye.